What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about GMBs and what they are. Last week we went a little more in depth talking about the leg shaving series, doing some of the fine tuning, but then for some of us in the group I saw questions, we're not talking about how to get really technical with ranking stuff, but even what is a GMB? What does that stand for? Is this something that's important? So we're going to do a quick video this week to cover some of that. So the GMB, we're actually looking at them right now. It's called Google My Business. For some of you old heads out there, you might have heard Google Places, Google Locations in the past. And for the end consumer, for your customer, it's these listings right here. This is, with Google, we're talking about a search engine. It's at the end of the day, it's a directory. So it's getting your business listed into here, your name, your phone number. If you want to put your address in there too, you can. And it's letting customers find out who you are. So what we'll do is we can dive in really quick just to show you some of the cool things that you can do with them, some of the reasons why that's important, and what that outreach looks like to your customers. So this one directly is not mine, so you're going to see some of this blurred out on here on your end, but it's just to let you guys know what the control looks like on your end. What we're going to see here is that we can do a lot of cool things with this, right? So this is the home page on a non-blurred out page for this. It's where you're going to be able to, it's the home page. You can create some ads from here, add pictures, create posts. You're going to see your performance on here. But these are some of the ways that you can really engage with customers. So like I said, you can make some posts, information. This is where you can share your hours, things like that to people, let people know what you do. Insights, this is fantastic. You can actually gauge what results you're getting provided from your GMB. Messages, this is going to allow you to directly interact with your customer base. We really like being able to talk to people face to face on the job site, but there are going to be a lot of people where maybe they realize something after the fact or they want to ask you a couple of questions. This is where you can do some of that. Photos, those are going to be massive in the junk removal industry. Obviously, the before and afters that we provide people, those are things that are huge. Listing our services, so things like this on here, this is where you can let them know, like, hey, yeah, we do construction removal, we can remove furniture. It really gives them a snapshot as to who you are, your reviews. It's really putting yourself out there in a way on a platform that's much bigger than word of mouth. Obviously, word of mouth referrals has been around so much longer than Google has, but you can't understate the importance of going and fishing where the fish are, right? So one of the things that we want to look at here is the insights. This is through Bright Local. They're one of the major players out there when it comes to releasing data and information on this stuff. And the main one that I wanted to highlight here is that they did these, anonymous listings, different industries, but the average business is found in over 1,000 searches a month, with 84% coming from discovery searches. So what that means is that if a customer goes and they just type in junk removal near me, right? That's how they find you. That's a discovery search, is that if you get your Google My Business ranked on there, then they're going to be able to take a look at things. And what I will do in this video is I will include this link here, which is the ultimate guide to Google My Business. And what this is if you guys haven't set it up yet, this is if you want to do this yourself. You're more than welcome to take a look at it. But just to give you a visual representation of a GMB, we're going to take a quick look at what's called a heat map. All right, so what we're seeing here is a heat map for a county that's over in Maryland with someone whom I'm helping. So with GMBs, they are location based. So where we have our business, where we set up our address, is where our signal is going to be strongest. It's like an antenna, right? With where this is going to radio out to. So where this client's GMB was at is we're getting seen, where it says 1, 2. What these numbers mean is that if we go back over to here, is that we're showing up in the top 3. And obviously that's where we want to be. Anywhere not in the top 3, then we're not being seen. The only way that someone can see us is if we actually clicked on the map, and then if they scrolled down to find us, and that can be based on location, but again, not everyone has their address on here. So going over to this map, it just really illustrates the importance of making sure that you're filling out your GMB the right way, that you're optimizing it. It's going to be the way that people can see who you are. And so what we'll see here is that we'll show how quickly some of this stuff can change around. Of course, this is going to depend on what your competitors are doing. It's going to depend on your market. But as you can see, this image was captured October 14th, so almost a month ago. So in just a couple of weeks, if we start doing some tweaks with our websites and we start doing some tweaks with our GMBs, we start taking the steps to doing all this stuff, then we can really start to get some drastic changes. This was ran almost 6 days ago. This is 5 to 6 days ago at this point, and we're looking a lot better. So make sure you are getting your GMB, your Google My Business set up. Make sure you're taking the steps necessary to get it up there and ranked. This at the end of January is going to be ranked at number 1 in front of 200,000 people. So that's going to help us with establishing more brand authority, right? That's going to help us overcome location barriers if we're just relying on just a couple of real estate agents, a couple of referrals from store owners. It's going to really allow us to provide better customer support with that messaging platform. And most importantly, guys, GMBs are going to make it easier for customers to find you. So be sure to get one of those set up, and then next week we are going to be going over keywords and search terms. Talk to you then.